Hi there and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. My name is Shadow C and it's been a while and I'm back here to show you a new very simple design for an iron farm for Minecraft 1.15 and up. So some of you might have seen my iron farm for the 1.14, the very simple design that I've come up with inspired by other people as well. But that interestingly stopped working when we went to the 1.15 version. You may have seen it in my survival episode where I had to redesign my entire system so that it would work for the 1.15 and up versions of Minecraft. Well, basically there were some bug fixes regarding where the golems were able to spawn, so they no longer spawn on top of fence gates. That's what I think it is anyways. So I was forced to redesign the design and I came up with something which is a little bit better. Of course, I've been inspired by designs by Golem77, Raceworks and maybe some other people. I am going to link them up in the description. So if you want to know some of the YouTubers and designs and videos that led me to think about this very simple thing to do, then you can go ahead and look at them. But what I'm going to focus on today is in teaching you how to build this farm and how to do it in survival. A lot of people don't really show you how to do that. So I'm gonna, start from the beginning and yeah, let's get into it. So I'm in a 1.15 world here. So the first thing you need to do is just find a place. It could be anywhere in the world. Just make sure it's, I think the volume for the villagers spawning golems is about 10 by 10 by 6 height. So 10, 10 and 6 height, something like that. But let's play safe. We're gonna do another module. This is a module also. You can do several of them and increase the output of your farm. And this is pretty much all the items that you need. You need some sort of building items. I'm using this. You need some sort of slab. That you need a soul sand so that we're gonna have the bobbing zombie that jumps up and down, which is much better than having the redstone right there. You need, of course, a zombie, 3 villagers. You need 3 beds. You need some, fence gates, lava. It's just one source of lava. A couple of sources of waters. I think it's 3 in total, something like that. You need stone cutters, which is the workbench for the villagers. They're gonna work there. You need, of course, hoppers and chests, but that is outside of the actual. And then you need, of course, oak sands. I'm gonna show you exactly why and where I use them. And some carpet. In my case, you can use some other blocks where golems cannot spawn, but this is basically so that you can spawn proof, a couple of areas in the farm. So let's start right away. I'm gonna choose, as I was saying, a patch of land right here and build up. Yeah, not with beds, presumably, with some sort of block. Yeah, let's make it day, actually. Time set day. There you go. So I'm gonna go I don't know, about 10 blocks up. I think it's safe. So then we remove this. You can also use scaffolding, of course. You're gonna need scaffolding for this. So here's the thing. You need golems to spawn in a relative area above the villagers. That's what this design does. There are other designs, for example, if you're gonna go for the perfectly, the most efficient iron farm, I think the best right now is the one designed by Nembon. I'm gonna leave a link in the description as well. It's a completely different farm. It's much harder to build. It's not crazy hard. You're gonna spend a couple of tens of hours doing it, but this thing, I think in 3 or 4 hours you can get done with this and start getting your stream of iron. And by the way, I am not kidding you. This farm is good. It's not a bad farm. Okay, we lost the zombie because it despawned. That's good. But look at that. I think I've been 20 minutes working on this, 15 minutes trying to come up with the actual design I'm going to show you. I already got 47 iron ingots. That's a big deal. It's it's a really fast farm. If you're playing single player, that's probably all the iron you're going to need. But even if you need more than that, you can stack modules relatively close to each other. Just try to make them 10 blocks apart, something like that. You're gonna start getting a lot of iron from that. All right, so let's start with this. So we're gonna do some sort of platform. I like to use slabs here, although it's not actually needed. But we're gonna do a 3 by 2. This is where the villagers are going to go. Gonna do that. This is for the walls. Now, you've seen a lot of designs where the villagers are basically hanging on the air and people, just think that there's a mechanic whereas they will not try to, get down to the ground. It has happened to me once in that design. So that's why I went into like the more survival friendly cage that I'm gonna build right here, which probably isn't needed, but hey, I really want this to be, you know, fall proof. So in case any one of these zombies decide to kill themselves. So I'm gonna build this free hide, and this can be any block, doesn't really matter. Then we're gonna put 3 beds right here. They have to be facing this way, so that when the villager is sleeping, their line of sight can actually meet the zombie that's going to be bobbing up and down over there. And then we're going to build some sort of fence, which has to be like, I think it's this slab right here. I'm going to check it out in a second. Okay, that's not it, although it may work. I don't know, but it's the upper slab of the second block. That's what I did in that design. I'm slightly... That's interesting, because golems would spawn right here in the 1.14 version, but they are not doing so in the 1.15. The reason being is that I think they don't have enough air for them to spawn right there. So we're cool with that. And then for the last resort, we're gonna shift click 3 stone cutters right into here. So let's say we're standing here in survival, you just, you know, shift click and you get the stone cutters right there. And for the last part, we need, I think, 1 extra. Yeah, and then a ceiling that is also going to serve as the spawning platforms for the golems. There you go. And this is like the zombie cage as it should be. Oh, word of advice, I could, although nothing can spawn in theory in there, let's do this future proof. Like, let's make sure that no rule changes in the future that mobs can spawn. Light is a pretty basic rule where, you know, hostile mobs don't spawn where it's lit. So just put a gap torch, you know, in 1.17, 1.18, you don't want this to just all of your zombies turning into zombie villagers, so, you know. Right, so once we come to this point, everything is really simple with this farm, but there's the issue in survival that you need to put 3 villagers inside of this cage, and that is one of the most difficult things you ever face in your entire life. So the way I do it in survival, I'm gonna, you know, punch a hole in the ceiling right there. I'm gonna put blocks right here so that we get a nice way for minecarts to get in, and then I'm gonna just create a path. So I'm not gonna do this like to where it should be, like down there to the ceiling, but I'm gonna leave links in the information bubble right there. I have a tutorial for villager breeders and a villager filter mechanism that allows you to just press a button, get a grown-up villager into a minecart, and just off it goes. You might as well seen it in my survival episodes as well. So we're gonna pretend that we already have a villager right here. So let's say you have the system that dispatches villagers as per my tutorial. This isn't it, but when I hit this button, I'm gonna grab the guy that I just made spawn right there, and the car is gonna go through the rail. And what I want you to see is that you should have something like this, like power rails going up into the stairs, and then a regular rail and an unpowered rail, which is going to cause the car to kind of stop right here. And then, so that then you can make like the final push and just see it, you know, correctly fall into the chamber. And as you can see, yeah, you can get out of here, right? So the villagers are effectively trapped in there. So I'm gonna push this button. The villager should, but it didn't. Okay, there you go. That was a bit harsh for the guy, but now we have it in the cart. I swear that the system works, the one that I have. So he already took on the chop on one of the stations right there. For some reason, it detected that it could reach it, and so it has the chop. But, you know, in your survival world, it's not going to happen until the guy falls down. So I'm going to send him up, and as you can see, it stops here. You give it a final nudge so that you make sure, well, he hurt himself, but that shouldn't happen. Anyways, let's do F3 plus B and make sure that we're going to hit the cart and not the villagers, which should be something like there, and there you have it. We have one villager already in his chamber, and there you go, that's ready to go. Alright, so you do this 3 times. I'm just gonna remove this and be back when I'm done with all of them. Alright, so there you go, I have 3 villagers here. Make sure that they accept their jobs right there with the workstations, and that they can sleep at night. That's really, really important. If one of them doesn't sleep, you probably have to replace the bed, and that's gonna be sort of kind of difficult to do because you gotta get in here. The thing with this thing, I'm gonna just do something here so that I prevent these guys from really escaping. I'm not sure they can, but I'm just going to do another row over here of half slab so that they don't escape, and you can't get in either. But if you sneak, you can. So you have a little bit of power over them in case you have to get in and do some maintenance, like replace some workstations or some beds. That is something that may happen eventually. Okay, so now we have the 3 villagers. Let's go time, set, night, and make sure they all find their beds. There you go, they're sleeping right there. That's awesome. So that brings us to the next step, which is to bring in the zombie. So for the zombie, we're going to use a system which uses a block of soul sand, and the zombie is going to be bobbing up and down in the space. I'm not entirely sure who came up first with it, but there are videos by Golem 77, Work, and I think Nembon also did a video about that. So I'm not really sure which one is the first YouTuber that came up with the idea, which means that I'm going to leave links in the description for everything I found out there on YouTube, whichever may be the first one. But basically, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks right here, and the 5th block is going to become the block where the zombie has to be trapped right there. What I'm going to do is put my soul sand right there, and then we have blocks all around so that we can put a block of water in it, like so. Now, here's the other difficult part of the tutorial in survival. You're gonna struggle to get a zombie in place here. What I did in my series, and you will be able to watch it, I'm gonna leave a link right there in the information bubble. I basically created a platform around here so that mobs could spawn. I lit up the top of this thing so that nothing could spawn on top of that. And so I just basically killed every mob that spawned until I got a zombie. And then I lured the zombie into getting trapped in here. I already had the trap built, like something like this. So you need an upward slab right here, like so. And then you need a way to, like, for example, cover the zombie with also a half slab. So it has to be like somewhere like here. So make sure nothing can spawn either here or up here. So that's what you need to aim for. For now, I'm going to go for maybe something that is going to be easier. So let's go nighttime. We should have something spawning eventually. We should go away maybe. Let's search for a zombie. All right, so we have a zombie right here. What you basically want to do, set up a boat, and wait a second. And you need to have a name tab as well. You can give zombies items. You can also give them a helmet. Or if you already can spot a zombie that spawns with a helmet, that's going to be much easier for you because they're not going to be burned by the sun. That's something really important. I lost a lot of zombies burned by the sun. So basically what you do is try to lure them into, getting into the boat like that. And then very quickly, I'm going to build a platform on top of him so that he doesn't get burned. And then maybe, give him a name. All right, we have a name now, so we can name this guy Roberto. That's the name. Meanwhile, you're gonna have to kill every other zombie. Make sure he doesn't get shot by skeletons. That's something that may happen. He may get hurt. You don't want to hurt a zombie for the first time in your life. All right, so now you have this guy right here. What do? Well, here comes the difficult part. So let's grab some sort of block, and we need to first trap this guy. Let's build some sort of cage like so. One sec. So maybe I want to get in with him. There you go. And move the boat a little bit so that we can align it better with the blocks. Somewhere like here would be nice. And then you're gonna get hit by the zombie if you're in survival, by the way. So you make sure you have good armor and can resist some punches. All right, but basically, so we're getting a hitbox right there. But basically, I should be able to trap him in a 2x1. If not, you just build, a 2x3, whatever you can deal with. Now, what you need to do now is some sort of like the same system that I had before. So let's prepare the rail. Let's do it. I'm gonna put a unpowered rail, a block, and a button. and then regular rail, and then power rails all around. And then you need to go on until you reach that space over there. And pretty much with the same technique that I did with the villager, you need to like lead the zombie up to there and just let it fall down into the water. And then you basically remove the minecart. So what you do is you put the minecart here, you release the zombie. Well, no, that's not what I meant. Release the zombie, hit the boat. There you go, we have a live zombie. And you need to do this by night because otherwise he's gonna get wrecked before he reaches there. Can't seem to be able to do that, so let's go quickly into survival. There you go. Hello? Hi. Oh, okay. That also can happen. Alright, so I fixed this a little bit and I basically pushed the zombie. The zombie's gonna be after you, so that's gonna be easier for you in survival. But I basically push him into like the 2-block gap that we have right here, where he basically will be caught by the cart, and then you push the button and you're gonna get the zombie in it. And when you get it to this point, you can basically just drive it up there. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna build some sort of corral system right here. When I remove this for now and put a full block right there, and so the rail is gonna basically go onto here. It's gonna fall down, then you get the minecart and the zombie is gonna be bobbing up and down and there. I myself, I'm just gonna spawn him like so. He's falling there. I'm gonna name tag again so that he doesn't despawn. 1 sec, there you go. And then you need to be really, really quick with this because he is going to escape. So what I probably do is put a block here so that he can jump, remove this one, put the slab, remove the block, and then remove everything else. Basically, you want this guy to have line of sight most of the time with the villagers. And the last thing you do is half slab, make sure it's a half slab. This one will cause golems to spawn up there, so you just need this one right here. And as you can see, the farm is already working, which is a really good sign. So now that we have the bobbing zombie, everything we need is just to like the water structure and the killing chamber. So basically what I discovered while building this design is that you can have golems being able to look at the zombies because they're gonna be so interested in going that way that the water stream is not going to be able to push them down the hole that we're gonna make right there. So that's why I had to make this space right here out of solid walls. As you can see, he wants to go there. He's probably gonna jump, but we're gonna ignore that. In survival, you may wanna build this chamber before you get the farm working because that's gonna become really annoying having to deal with golems while you work on that. It's really, really annoying. So we're gonna, you're gonna build it all of solid blocks, but here at the back, you can already start working on some glass. I don't know, maybe you wanna just see how the golems spawn. I don't know. It's up to you. So we're gonna do it like 3 heights and then 2 more blocks over here. And this is basically gonna be the falling chamber. There you go. I'm gonna put water in here so that the golem can fall. But one thing that we need to worry about is I'm gonna use carpet because golems now cannot spawn on carpet. That used to happen in 1.14. It doesn't happen anymore. So we're gonna cover all of the surface. I haven't seen golems actually spawning here. They might be too high up. But the thing is, we want to make sure that doesn't happen, that the math doesn't change in future versions. So you're gonna be like, we're gonna have a better farm, more reliable farm over time. Although that's arguably subject to change, we don't know. But yeah, that's basically the deal. So down here, I think we can do it down here. You can make them fall as far down as you want. All right, my bad. It's actually slabs that I use here. I'm extending the slabs over here. It doesn't matter, it can be any block, but this sort of like flushes with the floor of this thing. Now what you want to do basically is extend this down. If you're in survival, you're gonna want to use some scaffolding blocks to make your way up here. And what basically you want to do is place some signs in here. One sign here, one sign right here, and then you shift click for another sign in the middle. The reason why I don't use fence gates here and I use signs is because we're gonna use lava down there, and the lava can make the signs catch on fire, and then the fire is gonna go up to the carpet and it's going to completely destroy your farm. But now probably what we can do is just put the water sources here. Make sure you don't hit the slab, actually. Put them in the actual full block. 2 water sources is gonna make the water current going down into here, and as you can see, he correctly falls into the killing chamber, but we don't have that yet. So what I'm gonna do is put a chest, and again, you can do whatever, you know, storage solution you wanna have. So I'm just gonna put a double chest right here, why not? And then about 3 hoppers in here, and we can go pretty much up to the bottom with the glass. There you go. And as you can see, we are already having falling golems. Now, for this part of the operations, you need to kill this guy over here, and you need to put fence gates in the entire area. So we're gonna put 3 here, open them and shift click for 3 more. There you go. And then 1 block of water. Oh, yeah, there you go. I used the slab. That's what you don't need to do. In fact, you have to aim for the full block, which is that one right there. And there you go. And then what you actually need to do is cover this so that you trigger that sort of behavior with the water. There you go. And we can finish this up. And so the last thing is the killing mechanism right here. So I'm gonna break this block right here, put 1 lava source over there. He already starts dying. The lava is gonna spread, and there you have it. That is a working iron farm with iron golems using the new mechanics, the 1.15. I'm not using walls, as you can see. I changed that from the last design because walls sometimes get the golems caught up. They have like weird hitboxes when they collide with other full blocks. It made the farm really difficult. We had to resort to all sort of fancy stuff so that we had correct water mechanism to just not lose items and stuff like that. This farm is going to be 100% efficient, really easy to build. The downside of this is that it has to be on the air. So you probably want to build a platform in here so you can work comfortably. Then you may actually consider having mobs spawning in that platform. Just make sure you completely cover the front of this thing so that the villagers don't get shot or blown up by creepers or anything like that. Then that might be a reasonable thing to do. It's gonna take a little while to find a zombie and all, but then you can basically build like a small stair, as I did in my episode. You can check it out and lure the zombie into falling in the hole and then just trap him. That's another way you can do with that, but there you have it. This is pretty much the iron farm. You already saw 1 golem. We have 15 irons and 4 poppies. Yeah, this is what we killed before, but look at that, 15 iron blocks. We've barely been here a few seconds, and you're already seeing, like, talk about nerf of the iron farms. That is not what happened. That's the complete opposite. All right, anyways, hope you like this. This is supposed to be a short tutorial. Let's see how it is. I stream sometimes Tuesdays and Thursdays, but you can follow me on Twitter if you want to know exactly when I stream. I stream from my survival world in the 1.15 version of Minecraft. I also stream occasionally from Protec. I'm working currently on the Die Square, which is a massive flower farm that I'm doing with Lord Sean 25. You may check out those videos as well. I don't know. Hope you like this. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so that you get my videos when they come out. Please, please, give me watch time. All right, take care.